Hi, this is Scott Stanowitz of Lessons of Leisure, and you found one of our campground walkthroughs. I've always found when I reserve campsites online, the picture on the reservation site really doesn't help out that much. I'm hoping this video helps solve that problem for you. This is just one of our stops on our 30-day road trip. If you want to see what we did at this site, as well as the rest of our adventures, you can click on the card below or the video link in the description. If I'm ever going to be able to get a tax write-off for my vacations, I'm really going to need to up my numbers on this YouTube platform. Please like and subscribe so I don't go to prison for tax evasion. Thank you very much. All right, Lodgepole Campground. If you are trying to go and see Mount Rainier, but you're out of luck, this is a good campground for it. It's one of the closer ones to Mount Rainier. What's tricky about this whole campground, there's some good sites, there's some bad sites. I'm looking through the trees here. Maybe you can see the red of the stop sign of the entrance to this place. This is the only water source in the entire camp. So you're gonna want to keep that in mind as you pick out your site. So, only spigot. You got pit toilets, no other water source whatsoever. There is a river if you have a way to filter. So closest to the water spigot is this site right here. This is 23. And across the road, here's the start of number 21. What I like about this campground, you have lots of privacy for most of these sites. It's not the prettiest privacy, but they're kind of spindly little pine trees. But I mean, you really can't see. That's where we're camped over there. I mean, you're looking through a whole lot of trees to see your neighbor, which is nice. So, site 1. Site 2 is a monster of a pull through. That's where we're at right now. You can come down here and kind of go night by night and hopefully get something on the first come, first serve sites in Mount Rainier. That's actually what we're doing. We just got a site there. We're gonna go and move campsites for the next 3 nights into the park. Site 3, you are right by the porta potty, or well, the pit toilet in site 3. Here's site 3, but again, privacy pretty good with the exception of the trail to the pit toilets. And if it gets stinky, you might be in trouble. We haven't smelled that one. There's one up here where we definitely did smell some human waste kind of flowing over some of the campsites. All right, site 4, another monstrous pull through. Another nice, lovely private site. You are the highways right through those trees. It's not too bad at night, but during the day you will definitely notice it, as you can maybe hear that car going by right now. Now back here are some of my favorite sites, but you're so far from the water spigot. All right, here's site 5. You could get probably a 25, maybe a 30 footer in there and still park your car sideways here at the tip. Site 6, another big pull through. We thought it was odd that some sites had a paved table area. Ours is in dirt. They do have funky fire pits here. They're high-sided on 2 sides and low on the other 3, but whatevs. This is site 7. Again, lots of room with the paved area. Cuts down on the dust. It's pretty much a single lane throughout the whole entire campground. Okay, site 8, again, lots of privacy. This is quite a bit more shady than what our site is. It's kind of nice. And you have this long stretch of road till the next site. How's it going, Jackers? Now it cracks me up that the camp post is tucked on the very furthest reaches of the park, but it is the best campsite. Okay, so we did get quite a whiff coming from this pit toilet here. Right now, not so bad. Last night around dinner time, it was wafting over the road for sure. Alright, so that is the host site right there. And it's sweet. He's right there on the river. It's a really nice site. They have this back here where it says no RVs permitted, no trailers, just because it's such a tight turnaround, but I saw a guy in the very back corner here. I don't think much is enforced at this campground. Here's site 9, quite short, quite close to the road. You can actually see the cars through the trees there. Here's site 10, probably the closest to the freeways you can get. Nice long site though. And over here in the corner, kind of short to medium sized. That's site, what is that, 10, 11? I believe that's 11. All right, then we're gonna go back out by the smelly pit toilet and the antisocial campground host. There's not a site anywhere near this guy. It's pretty funny. Okay, once you're over here on this side of the park, you're on the riverside. You can't see it, but you can certainly hear it from here. But there's not another campsite until you go all the way down this road. Alright, so here's site 13. Lots of nice shade, good sized. We might have a hard time getting our 30-footer in there with our car. Might work out. $14, right in the sun. So if you got lots of solar panels, you could look at that as a positive. That just looks hot. And they got their fire still smoldering away. All right, we got a lovely, this might be my #1 recommended site. This is site 15. It's a long pull through. You're going to be on a little bluff right over the river. No neighbors really anywhere except for that guy way over there. Really private. Gonna get good river sounds at night. 15's the way to go. Site 16, another long pull through. Not as long as the others, but should do you just fine. 17's got a nice long driveway. Probably the least private. You got that group there, and you got this group right over here, and not a lot of trees in between. It's empty. I'm gonna peek back in here. I believe this was, what did I say, this was 16? Because the river did a weird little thing where it kind of splits in two. Alright, there's an area further down where it gets really marshy, and I can imagine it'd be pretty buggy, but doesn't seem to be a problem here. Come on, pups. I can't tell you how different the riverside feels compared to the highway side. I can still hear the highway somewhat. They got like the wind going through the trees. It feels 10 degrees cooler. 19's a nice site here. Pretty good privacy. Here's the little marshy area. I'm wondering what the mosquitoes are like here. If you just look down here, there's a really still, almost like a pond. Site 20, kind of mix of shade and sun. Again, pretty private. You're close-ish to the bathroom, but far enough away where you're not being troubled by the foot traffic to it. Here's the path to the restroom. Alright, so we're still on the riverside. This is number 21. It has the paved dining area, but the rushing part of the river, it's, I don't know, there's some sort of little hill in between. I can't even hear the river. I'm walking through the campground right here, but it is a nice site. Okay, so we got 23 over here, and I showed you that at the very beginning. Again, that's one of the paved dining areas. They are right across from the dumpsters, and I believe these are the only dumpsters in the whole park. And you got the only spigot right over there. So now we're going to cut down this way to 24. Nice pull through. Nice privacy, pretty good shade. This is a pretty good site. I think you don't get any river noise, unfortunately, but it's nice and shaded. Again, 10 degrees colder than where we're at is how it feels. Porter sees a squirrel. Porter cam. Had a hard time letting go of those. Alright, we got a little restroom down here. Something on the pets must be unleashed at all time. Pets are not allowed in the bathroom. Okay. Alright, 25. 23? Plus one to whatever I just said. 23. Nice little site. I can hear the river. It's right over there. This is actually a really nice site for this campground. These next ones are all nice. The only thing I can say that's bad about them is they are far from the water faucet. Come on, bud. So here's 26. Nice site. Not a lot of privacy, however. We got 28 right next to it. But it looks like they're sitting there watching the river go by. 27, it's pretty small. 28 is kind of on the small side, but again, right on the river. 29, and not my favorite. This must be 30. 30 is short, but is great. I can just show you what the river's like. It's got this nice area. This would basically be like your own private little beach right here. You can hear the highway sounds. We are getting close to the highway again. But, and just the last 5 steps I took, I seriously felt a 5-degree difference. This is quite lovely. Onward. 32. Quite lovely. You don't have the beach like 31 or 30. River's just a little bit further away. 31. You got the concrete pad. It's a pretty nice site. Can't complain. It looks like the day use parking area is right behind you. I can see the little parking concrete thingamajigs. 33 is pretty bomb. It's just a hike to getting fresh water. You do have your own little river area back there. 34, nice pull through. Great beach. Ooh, there's a little deer right there in the trees. And you got the generator going right now. And when we first got here, we just threw our chairs underneath the overpass there for continuous shade and watched the water go by. So that's a great sight too. All right, coming up here, don't know if there's any more sites. I think this is just the day use area and we're back at the entrance again, I believe. So that's the day use parking. Bathroom for the day use parking. Oh, second set of dumpsters for the day use peeps. Picnic table, but no campsite, I believe. So you can kind of get a good sense of just walking at a slightly hurried pace, pretty close to my normal gait, and the water spigot's still way up here. So here's the entrance to come in. You got a little area where you can register. And you got the spigot over here. All right, something extra to think about.